first day I feel like I've came into work where we might start to win this battle.
Right now at 5, for dozens of Hoosier frontline healthcare workers, today marks a turning point as they receive their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine today. Their message of hope.
The vaccines are on the way. I'll show you step by step what people will have to go through to get vaccinated at this regional hospital. I'm Rafael Sanchez. That story coming up on WRTV.
It's still snowing, and not just in the metro area. We'll go on a radar tour and talk about what else to expect tonight.
From the station working for you, this is WRTV News at 5, streaming now.
First at 5, it's the sight we've seen around the country and now here in Indianapolis. Frontline workers getting the COVID-19 vaccine. IU Health received its first shipment of the COVID-19 vaccine this morning, 975 doses.
And they started administering it to frontline workers just hours later. Our Alyssa Donovan has the latest on Indiana's fight against COVID.
This stops here. That's the message today at the IU Vaccination Clinic, where 192 frontline workers are getting their first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine.
Hello. A few questions and a prick in the arm, then off to be monitored for 15 minutes. IU Health's vaccination clinic running like a well-oiled machine today, as dozens of frontline workers filed in for the first step in the vaccination process. Each frontline worker vaccinated today will have to wait 21 days to receive their second dose, making their appointment for that on the way out. A feeling of excitement and happiness in the room as those administering the Pfizer vaccine and those receiving it feel this historic day is the beginning of the end of COVID-19.
Everyone is so excited and really eager to set an example. They're healthcare workers. They've done their research. They're not fearful of the vaccine at all.
I am thrilled to get this. I really am.
Another 975 doses will be delivered to IU Health for this clinic tomorrow, and another 3,000 doses will arrive on Monday. I'm Alyssa Donovan, WRTV.
And the IU Health vaccination site is open to frontline workers from other healthcare systems, as well as medical staff from Eskenazi, local nursing homes, and other facilities. We're part of the first group receiving the vaccine today.
Across the state, smaller hospitals and clinics are waiting for their shipments of the vaccine. Today, Johnson Memorial Health in Franklin held a practice to test their vaccination plan. WRTV's Rafael Sanchez is in Johnson County tonight.
Here in Franklin, Johnson Memorial Health expects to receive 975 vaccines tomorrow. The shots begin on Friday. Let me show you what people can expect as they roll up their sleeves. To get the COVID-19 vaccine, you will undergo a process. Every station is timed. For example, when you get here to the hospital, this station where you register for the vaccine will take 5 minutes. Once you get beyond the doors, you need to follow the blue line, and then you get your shot.
I feel it's safe, and truly, if we want to get back to living life normally, if we want to get back to large gatherings, if we want to get back to helping to build the economy, this is the way to do it. Get vaccinated.
Once you get the shot, you'll get a clock timed at 15 minutes. You'll be observed for 15 minutes before you leave the facility.
It's new. We need to watch people. We need to make sure that they're not having a reaction right away. Of course, we're not expecting that. It's very rare to have a reaction. Sure. But we do need to watch people.
The visit is set to take 25 minutes from beginning to end. The goal is to vaccinate 22 people every single hour. Working for you in Johnson County, Rafael Sanchez, WRTV.
And tomorrow on Good Morning Indiana, Rafael will have more on the drill held today to prepare for Friday's vaccinations of healthcare workers and first responders.
State officials are cautiously hopeful as the first vaccines rollout begins. In his weekly news conference, Governor Holcomb said he will most definitely get the vaccine as soon as health officials say he can. The governor says he will not jump the line and get the vaccine ahead of healthcare workers. Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Bach says the vaccines are a huge step forward, but we still have a long way to go. And for now, officials still don't know when the vaccines will be made available to the general public.
My plea to you is not only for patients, but to remember this. While this vaccine is the light at the end of what's been a very long, dark tunnel, It will still be a number of months before we can make vaccine available to every Hoosier who wants it across our state. That means we will still need to wear masks, maintain social distancing, and stay home if you're sick.
Dr. Bach says that if you need a reminder of why those steps are so important, just look at the maps the state uses to track the spread of the virus. This map shows the entire state still colored in either red or orange, the highest levels of spread. However, there are 26 counties in red this week, down from 36 last week. Red means the highest rate of the spread. Hendricks, Johnson, Shelby, and Hancock counties were all in red last week but are now orange. However, like Marion, Boone, and Hamilton counties, they are all teetering on becoming red with a level of 2.5 that's keeping them in the orange. If they hit 3, they go red. However, when you look at this map, it shows the entire state in red. If you're in red, that's in this map, that means that you have at least 200 cases per 100,000 residents. It's the 5th straight week every county is red. 2 counties are flagged, Park and Huntington, because the state says a large number of the new cases are attributed to people gathering in crowds. Park County's number is actually more than 11 cases per 100,000 residents.
Now for today's specific numbers, new cases are up back over 6,000. They were around 4,300 yesterday. The results reported today were recorded between November 11th and yesterday. And for the second day in a row, new deaths of people with COVID are well over 120. Today's number, 129. Those deaths occurred between November 18th and yesterday. And we've been sharing numbers and statistics with you every day since the pandemic began in March. Thousands of Hoosiers have died since then, and we know they are more than just numbers. These are parents, children, friends, and neighbors. WRTV is asking for your help to put names to these numbers. If you have lost a loved one to COVID-19, we want to hear their story. Share it with us by emailing facesofcovid@wrtv.com.
Now to your first look at the storm team forecast, and as promised, we woke up to snow this morning across central Indiana. It made the morning commute a little tricky for some, but it's moved on out. Now it's become a bigger problem for the East Coast. Storm team chief meteorologist Kevin Gregory is here with what's next for us tonight. And this afternoon, Kevin, there were still some flurries falling.
And that's still the case now. New York City, Boston, Philadelphia, they'll see a foot of snow in spots and 40-mile-per-hour winds. Our first time to go measuring the snow this season, as we had a widespread, really 1 to 3 inch snowfall. Officially at the airport, 1.7 inches. Carol Chan up in Kokomo, almost 4 inches of snow. Frankfurt, Randy Rogers reporting 2.5. Between 2 and 2.5 in Fishers and Anderson as well. Okay, there's our view looking to the west, everything with a little frosting of white as light snow continues and flurries. Little in the way of additional accumulation expected, but these will linger tonight, and it's possible we'll also see some light freezing drizzle. We'll keep our eye on that. Temperatures below freezing, that could create some extra slick spots that we'll need to monitor. Temperatures now 30 degrees in Indy, 32 in Terre Haute. By tomorrow morning, temperatures will be in the middle to upper 20s. We'll talk about what happens beyond tomorrow and into the weekend. There's a warming trend ahead. We'll talk about how warm coming up.
Can't wait to hear about that. Thank you, Kevin. He started the year as one of the many Democrats seeking the presidency, and while that dream didn't pan out for him, tonight former South Bend Mayor Pete Buttigieg is poised to join the cabinet of one-time rival Joe Biden. The president-elect introduced Buttigieg today as his nominee for Transportation Secretary. Buttigieg served 2 terms as mayor and also served in the war in Afghanistan. He dropped out of the race for president in March and endorsed Biden.
Pete's going to help build back better with jobs and hope, with vision and execution. And I'm honored. I'm honored he's answering the call to serve his country once again.
At its best, transportation makes the American dream possible, getting people and goods to where they need to be, directly and indirectly creating good-paying jobs. At its worst, misguided policies and missed opportunities can reinforce racial, economic, and environmental injustice, dividing or isolating neighborhoods, undermining government's basic role to empower everyone to thrive. And now comes a historic opportunity. This administration can deliver policies and resources that will create jobs, rise to the climate challenge, and equitably serve all Americans, all while continuing to ensure the safety of travelers and workers alike.
If confirmed, Buttigieg would be the first openly gay person confirmed by the Senate to a cabinet post. The nomination was applauded by union leaders, transportation officials, LGBTQ activists, and Democratic lawmakers as a solid pick.
Today is your last day to file a claim and potentially get money from the state settlement with Equifax. The Attorney General says nearly 4 million eligible Hoosiers have still not filed a claim. Indiana reached a $19.5 million settlement with Equifax over the massive data breach that compromised Hoosiers' Social Security numbers, addresses, and credit card information. The breach happened in 2017. If you were an Indiana resident in March through July 2017, you may be eligible for a portion of the settlement, which means money in your pocket. To file a claim or see if you are eligible, go to IndianaEquifaxClaims.com.
Now still ahead on WRTV, one company is banking on a busy spring construction season, and they want to be ready. The jobs that need to be filled now.
And he made an awesome play in Sunday's win against Las Vegas, and for that and more, one Colts player earns a big NFL honor.
There's your East Coast snowstorm all the way back to the Hoosier State. We still have some very light snow or flurries. We'll talk about what's ahead tonight, and we'll warm up.
Our Hiring Hoosiers initiative works to connect you with job opportunities right here in Indiana, and one local company is hiring Hoosiers and hosting a job fair tomorrow. Irving Materials, Inc., a privately owned ready-mix concrete company, is hoping to put more Hoosiers to work. The company is looking to add 100 additional drivers ahead of what is expected to be a busy construction season in 2021. Starting pay is $22.65 an hour or higher based on experience, and their local presence allows truck drivers to be home with their families each night.
And to hire concrete truck drivers, the mixer trucks basically. What we're looking for in our drivers is you have to have a Class A or Class B license. And these positions are full-time. So these are long-term positions that are great pay, great benefits.
Tomorrow's hiring event runs from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Embassy Suites in Noblesville. The company plans to host additional job fairs on January 7th, February 11th, and March 11th. You can find more information and stay up to date on the latest by visiting our website, hiringhoosiers.com.
Hoosiers quickly sprang into action this morning to deal with today's snowfall. Johnson County received between 2 and 3 inches of snow. Our Rafael Sanchez was out in the neighborhoods of Johnson County as the effort to clear the snow began.
Buses rolled later than usual in Franklin. This the first measurable snowfall so far of the season. About 80 school closings or delays were reported in central Indiana. Clay Fulkerson was on the job early, clearing neighborhood streets.
Just got to worry about the traffic is the main thing, trying to make sure to keep people safe. But other than that, it's just out here doing our job.
In Greenwood, when you opened your window blinds early this morning, you realized you had some snow dusting to do. The snow clinging to vehicles, sidewalks, and city streets. In Whiteland on US 31, the road markings disappeared under a blanket of snow, so drivers had to follow the tire treads on their journey. The path to any weather event often brings up big trucks to clear essential facilities like hospitals and public buildings critical during this pandemic. The snow also means jobs, especially for private contractors.
We're not complaining. We'll take it. Like I said, we'd already plowed a couple of times last year by this point, but we'll take what we can get. While INDOT cleared many intersections around central Indiana, around 8:30 here in Franklin, the first snowfall came to an end, giving homeowners plenty of time to clear their sidewalks as well as their driveways before the next round of snow began to fall. Working for you in Franklin, Rafael Sanchez, WRTV.
And with today being the first big snow day of the school year, students in the Mount Vernon School District got a very special assignment. Mount Vernon Superintendent Jack Parker sent this letter to students this morning. He told students they first had to use the scientific process to plan appropriate clothing for going outside and to test their theory by playing in the snow. Dr. Parker then said students needed to practice the skills of estimation and measurement when throwing snowballs at one another while maintaining a minimum of 6 feet of distance with those outside their household. He also said they could get extra credit for helping shovel sidewalks or driveways. So check this out. Our Kelsey Anderson found some Mount Vernon students who were taking that assignment very seriously, as you can see there. And I like the creativity behind this assignment, Kevin. Very cute.
And maybe there'll be extra credit coming again later in the month or early next year. And maybe, I know I've graduated,
That's
but maybe
cute,
I could get extra credit for this.
Oh my
How about
goodness.
that?
That's
Wow.
quite a look. I think you get to be a little bit more creative in your home studio than you would here.
Is that a
There.
snowman vest?
Professional,
I think he went shopping
Professional?
with Raphael.
fun.
Totally went shopping with Raphael.
No, my dad gifted this to me. So from one snowman to another. All right, everybody gets to play in the snow today. Take a look at Skeeter, running wild, just enjoying the snow. For some animals, if you got a puppy, maybe it's their first venture into the snow this season. There'll surely be more. This won't stick around too long. As you look at our tower cam now, you can just see kind of a dusting in the downtown area. The streets are once again visible. I want to show you Tug and Sherman. Look at this. They're dressed for success in this winter weather up in Hendricks County. Thanks to Aaron for sharing that photo. Officially, in Indianapolis, 1.7 inches of snow. Many spots had 2 inches or a little more. There is the snow that continues from Indianapolis east along I-70, I-69 northeast toward Muncie, and I-74 southeast. The snow continues. Little additional accumulation, but as I mentioned, we'll have to keep our eye on this patchy drizzle that may develop tonight, and that would be freezing drizzle as temperatures are below freezing. So especially bridges and overpasses, just got to be careful. We'll monitor that as we go through the evening. Temperatures in the morning as we get started on a Thursday. The clouds are with us all day tomorrow. Temperatures in the upper 20s won't move much, half a dozen degrees. Most locations still low to mid 30s through the day. There, the temperatures across the region, 40 degrees or upper 30s is average for this time of the year, so we'll be a little below average. As we step Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you see what happens. Friday, we'll have some sunshine to mix in. Saturday, maybe a little rain-snow mix. It kind of favors rain temperature-wise. Sunday, partly cloudy and 39. Friday will end the work week with a little sunshine. That'll be nice to see. Temperatures move to around 41 for the afternoon high. Other temperatures around the region will start to push the cooler air out temporarily to the north and east on Friday as warmer temperatures move into the southwest. Bloomington 43, Rockville in the lower 40s. Into the weekend, that chance is there Saturday for the rain-snow mix. 42 degrees. Sunday, we're cooler, temperatures in the upper 30s. And then it happens quickly. We jump to 48 Monday. Temperatures still in the 40s. Dry conditions Tuesday. Slight chance of a mix in 48 once again as we get to the middle of next week. And here is your 7-day forecast. Most of next week as we move toward Christmas. Temperatures middle to upper 40s, even overnight lows at the freezing mark or a little above. That is what's ahead. Back to you.
That fashion, though, I love it. Thanks, Kevin. A big honor announced today for Colts cornerback Kenny Moore II, and it's easy to understand why. The NFL named Moore the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. His performance in Sunday's 44-27 win over Las Vegas included one spectacular one-handed interception in the end zone. He also had 5 solo tackles and 1 forced fumble. Moore is the 4th Colts player to earn a AFC Player of the Week honors this season.
Another shortage that appears to be driven by the pandemic still ahead. How this one will dim your Christmas cheer a bit.
You still have time to deck the halls before the holidays, but as consumer reporter John Matarese explains, you might have trouble finding the things you need to actually decorate this year.
First, it was disinfecting wipes, then toilet paper, then bicycles you couldn't find. And now it's Christmas lights. Looking for lights? Don't be choosy. Stores are running out of popular mini lights for Christmas, especially energy-saving LED bulbs. A report by Dow Jones says Americans are trying to brighten up those dark pandemic nights with more lights than ever before. It says chains like Walmart and Costco did not anticipate a surge in light buying, which has left shelves almost bare in many stores. Also hard to find backyard inflatables and other holiday decorations. And it's too late for stores to order more. Your best bet this late? Check drugstores and dollar stores, which don't have the sales volume of big box stores. Or try the gardening department, which may have landscape lights that could work in a pinch. Stores say demand has doubled, even tripled this year for many at-home products, which is why they're so hard to find. As always, don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese, WRTV.
A deadline looms. Thousands of Hoosiers could lose their homes in a matter of days. Tonight at 6, the reason why and the options that are available.
Adrenaline started pumping and just didn't really know what to think at that point. We had found our van.
An Indianapolis man tracks down his stolen van next to 5:30. Why IMPD says the people inside of it were able to get away.